welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Stash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 10th of December 2014, and this is episode 118.
Christmas is less than half a month away.
At least you're not telling me...
Actually, it is half a month away,
at least you're not telling me that it's you're halfway to 30 again.
I'm less than halfway to 30.
Oh, shut up. We'd like to say a big welcome back to all of our returning viewers. We love you. Yeah. And a big hi to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. I hope you enjoy the show.
That's so funny.
I'm not really sure.
Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm just like laughing at the hilarity of the past week. I don't know. It's crazy. So, we apologize for any lighting issues. It's been raining for 37 years now. This week.
Whoa!
And so we kind of keep going back and forth between really dark and light, and then of course the sun goes down at like 3:30 here, so we're trying to record before the sun goes down. Yeah, and the wind, that was the other thing. It's been blowing 7 zillion miles an hour. I should say kilometers. 7 zillion and a half kilometers per hour. Well, and so it might be loud. So, hopefully we caught it in a calm spot. Yeah. Somebody said on Twitter that it's snowing in Edinburgh, but it's not snowing in our part of the city.
Part of the city, are they?
I don't know. I just tweeted to ask them. Maybe they'll respond. Okay. Damaris, we don't have any new people to welcome this week. How do we get new people to welcome?
You join our Ravelry group.
And then what?
You introduce yourself in our introductions thread, and you get a shout out on the next podcast.
So it could be your name being said right now by Damaris.
Probably incorrectly.
Because we tend to do that. So go join the group and post in the introductions thread so we can say hello to you. Okay? Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a fun episode, I can already tell. I might need to burst into song in a few moments.
No.
Santa's on his way.
No, stop.
He's loading lots of toys and goodies.
It's time for
on
my
his
next
sleigh.
segment.
Can I sing in that segment?
No.
I'm going to anyway. Watch out.
And now it's time for what's on our needles.
Yes, because we are spinning fails. Tour de Fleece just took all the spinning out of us. Maybe next year. It's not that far away. You know that. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyway, Damaris, what's on your needles?
Nothing right now, since I just finished a hexapuff.
I know that yarn.
Yes, you do.
Amazingly Amy.
Yes.
That's the colorway.
My cage changed.
Whoops. It's alright. It'll stretch. So why don't you tell them what pattern this is and all that jazz if they don't know?
This is the Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits. It's a quilt made of hexagons.
Yes. So, and you have a whole bunch of hexa puffs in your bag.
Yeah. For example.
Oops, one just went rolling across the floor.
It rolled.
It rolled under the coffee table.
For example, I have these. Ow, that's pokey. That's
And
a
more.
needle.
Ouch. That's not a good place for a needle, sweetheart.
The lid keeps coming off it.
Okay. Okay, you want to say anything else about your hexapuffs?
No.
Okay.
So what's on your needles?
A lot of stuff. Too much stuff. So, still my secret project, my Outlander sock design. You know what, Mare?
What?
I have about like maybe 8 or 10 rows left and I'll be done with the first sock. Isn't that amazing? That's really good news. It's amazing. It'll be out in 2015. I promise. It will be. And then I'm working on new socks. Because I finished the other pair. I had a lot of having to sit in front of a computer this past week. the Outlander socks are trying to escape from their bag because they don't like the monsters and villains and doctors on the Doctor Who bag. They're scared. So they're going to run away. Okay, what was I saying again? Socks. I finished my Christmas socks, which I'll show you in the next segment. Which means I had to cast on new socks because, like I was saying, I had a lot of time in front of the computer this week where I had to be reading stuff, but I could keep my hands busy. So I cast on my New Year's socks. So this yarn, how fabulous is that? This is from the Golden Skein. I showed y'all this last week. This is, I said the name wrong last week. Damaris corrected me after the fact. It's Batat hand-dyed yarns, doe yarn in the Hullabaloo colorway. So I have named these my New Year's Hullabaloo socks. Look at that color pooling. OMG, it's fabulous. So I cast these on last night, and this is how much I've done, because I've already spent a couple hours in front of the computer today doing some work. So, they're on US 1.5s, 2.5 millimeters, and no, you're not stealing my Hullabaloo. Stop! You're going to mess it up. She's trying to steal my Hullabaloo yarn. US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, my little zooms. Hiya, hiya. You have failed this city. You have failed. I have another project. Damaris is trying to steal it too. People,
It's fluffy.
people, I need help. She's trying to thief from me.
It's fluffy.
She's trying to thief from me all the time.
Fluffy.
It's not like she doesn't have her own squishy yarn.
But I don't have a fluffy bunny.
Well, I'm so sorry. Fluffy Bunny needs to be in my Neon Beast.
Are you calling that bunny a beast?
No. Fluffy Bunny, in almost springtime, ate some Pop Rocks and became a Neon Beast.
Okay, can we see it? Can we see it?
Okay, well, you have to let go. Okay, well, let me get it out here. Hold on. I have to unroll it. And then I have to take it out of the... I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. What's the real name of these, Damaris?
Needle holder.
I don't remember the real name. It's from Slip Stitch Studio. It was part of the... It was the goodie for the Doctor Who Companion Sock Club 2nd edition. And you put your needles in it, and it's got a little zipper pocket too that's empty right now. But anyway, back to the Neon Beast. Neon Beast is a pattern by Vera Valimaki. And this is on US 6's 4 mil needles. So I put in a stitch marker because, you know, I was working on the multitude of pink so that I could show you how much I got accomplished this week. This yellow stitch marker right here, I have knit from there all the way up to here. And guess what? 2 more rows, 1 ridge, and I'll be done with the big pink section and back to short rows again.
Fluffy.
So, hold on, I want to show let's show the gray first. The gray is Rainbow Heirloom Twinkle Light in the Fluffy Bunny colorway. The yellowy green stuff is Rainbow Heirloom Twinkle Light in the Almost Spring colorway. And the pink is Madeline Tosh Tosh Sock in the Pop Rocks colorway. So, once I finish, I've got 1 more row on, or 2 more rows, 1 more ridge on this pink section. Look how big this is. I can't even spread it the whole way out because it's so big. I have another section of short rows, and then I think I have another big section, and I think that's it. I'll have to look at the pattern again, but yeah. This yarn is fabulous. And you just want to squish it all and let go, you're going to stretch my shawl. It's my Fluffy Bunny Almost Spring Pop Rocks.
But the bunny.
I know, I love the bunny. I get to knit with the bunny again after I finish this next ridge.
Okay.
Okay. And that's everything that's on my needles and Damaris's needles and all that. So let's move on to the next segment so you can see what we finished.
And now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
So Damaris, what did you finish this week?
An ornament.
And where is it?
Not with me.
So I'll put it on the screen right now. Do you see it? So tell us about this ornament, Damaris.
It's a sweater. The pattern is the mini sweater ornament with cables, except I didn't do the one with cables, by Emily5446.
And what yarn did you use?
Trailing Clouds Nimbus Self-Striping Sock in the Mind the Gap colorway.
And so yours ended up being red and yellow and green and a smidge of black.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like Jamaican colors was
Yeah.
the comment. So what were you making this ornament for?
For a knitting Christmas party.
Yeah,
I went to.
our knitting group. and your friend, I mean your arch nemesis Hannah did something special for the sweater.
Yeah.
What'd she do?
She made the hanger and it's so cute.
So here's one of the hangers.
Look at that.
Let me put something behind it so you can
Look
see.
at that. Look at it. Look at it.
So she made two just plain ones. And so I used it in my ornament that I took to the party and you used it in your ornament. But then she made me this pink one. So,
Actually, she made the pink one first.
oh. Well, she made this pink one too. So I'm going to knit a little sweater for myself and put it on the coat hanger and hang it on the Christmas tree. Won't that be fun? I'm going to set it right there.
So what did you finish?
What did I finish? I have a couple of FOs this week. First one,
She always.
the first one, you should know already. What is it going to be? It's going to be a preemie hat. This is from my top-down preemie hat pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. This is number 37 of the year. 37 preemie hats this year.
That's so many babies.
I know. I think I'm going to get to 40 before the end of the year. That'll be awesome. I did it on US 6's 4mm needles, and the yarn is Knit Picks Big O in the Dogwood Heather colorway. I probably should have gone up a needle size because this yarn is much thicker than what I normally use. And I had to modify it because I was about to run out. So it hasn't been soaked yet, but I think when I soak it, it'll stretch a little bit and give us a little bit longer. See, I've been stretching it. A little longer hat. But it's cute. It's pink. And then the other thing I finished, I told you in the last segment already, but I finished my... Do you hear that noise?
Just keep going.
Okay, I think it's a kid like buzzing like a bee or something. I finished my Cold Feet No More Christmas socks. They were done on US 1.5 2.5mm needles, and the yarn is the Knitting Goddess 4-ply Brit sock in the Flower Power colorway. And actually, here's the cuff. They were too long for my blockers, for my mannequin feet. Whoops, I dropped it. So there they both are, and they match almost exactly. It was weird. It did something weird at the top because it matches all the way up, and I did the same number of rows and everything. So the
gauge.
No, I think it was they must have had a little funky thing happen in the dyeing process because there's more dark green on this one than there is on this one at the top. That's okay. I'm fine without perfectly matching, but I thought it was funny that they were perfectly matching, and I didn't even try. So yay. I think what I'm going to do is use the leftovers to knit a sweater, that little sweater, that tiny sweater ornament out of this yarn. I did this with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which I love. It's my favorite heel now. Yeah. So they're actually a little bit damp still because I just finished them last night. So can't wait to wear them. And that's everything that I finished this week. That's a lot.
Yep. Because
socks are a lot of knitting. All right, well, we should move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Yummies. What are yummies, Mara?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So, to start off with, we went to the, what are you looking for your thing?
Yes.
We went to our knitting group Christmas party on Monday night. Amazing food, amazing company, amazing drinks, amazingness. It was so much fun, right?
Yes.
So we did a Christmas ornament exchange with the group. So we gave our 2 sweaters on their little cute hangers. And what ornament did you get?
I got a Christmas tree with beads.
So cute. I love the beads. Do you remember who did that one?
No.
I don't either. And my Christmas ornament that I got is actually hanging up already in view. Can you tell what it might be? It's not really an ornament, but it's okay because I love it. It is these amazing white, you can't see the sparkle, but it's white with silver sparkly pom-pom garland. And it goes like all the way up the shelf, and then it dips. You can kind of see right there in the middle where it's kind of dipping, and all the way up and all the way down. I haven't permanently affixed it yet because I was trying to decide if I liked it, but I think I do. But I think I'm going to make the drape a little bit longer. I love it. They're so fabulous. And then also one of the girls brought us all keychains. Keep calm and carry on knitting. And it's pink. How perfect for me, right? And then we also did a yarn exchange, yes? Where we each brought a skein of yarn. Well, those who wanted to participate brought a skein of yarn or more. And then we drew numbers and went in order. So what yarn did you get, sweetheart?
It doesn't have a label, but it's sock yarn, and it's very pretty.
It's gorgeous. If I had not picked the one that I picked, that would be the one that I would have picked. That's kind of like that line from White Christmas. You know which line I'm talking about?
Yes.
You can say it. What is it?
When what's left of you gets around to what's left to be gotten, what's left to be gotten won't be worth getting, whatever it is you've got left.
Exactly. I think it actually might be from a Doctor Who club, so I think we maybe can do some searching and see if we can find what it actually is, what company and everything. I got, are you surprised, pink yarn.
No.
Look at that. So this is Natalie Fergie. I haven't checked the weight yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be worsted weight.
Or DK.
Or DK, because this is a UK dyer. This is 100% organic merino. The colorway is Hug. How perfect is that? It's 100 grams, 330 meters. So I went searching on her website, nataliefergie.com, to see if I could find out more about it, about the yarn. And she's actually taking a break right now because of some health issues. But I was reading around on her site, and as she is actually the creator of the P-Hop fundraiser, which is pennies per hours of pleasure. Designers donate patterns to them, and then people buy them based on whatever they want to donate. And the theory is you pay based on your hours of pleasure that you'll have knitting the pattern. And then money goes to Doctors Without Borders. So I thought that was really interesting because I'd actually been talking to somebody about P-Hop and then found it. So I'm really excited. I'm thinking I might do a hat with this. Don't you think that would be lovely?
Yeah.
I think so. A nice squishy hat because it is really squishy yarn. Nope, you can't have it. But oh, speaking of hats, this is a lethal designed hat. It was, I think, from a mystery. Let go. Mystery knit along. I don't know if you can see it. I originally had knit it to be, well, because it was a mystery knit along, you know. I'd originally knit it to be like a tight fitting beanie, but it like had just a tiny bit of, what's that called? Poof type thing? Poofy?
Wings? Are you,
no.
are you making wings?
No, like drape. I don't know the word.
Neither do I.
So, but I didn't like how it was fitting, so I re-soaked it and I reblocked it on a dinner plate, and now it has a nice little, what is that called?
Wings.
Well, it's not wings, it's...
you were doing like...
No, like... My hat has wings. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little...
They're probably screaming it at the screen.
Because I don't know what the word is.
Slouch!
Slouch! So it had a tiny bit of slouch, not enough slouch, so I reblocked it so it has a lot of slouch. Oh, I got more yarn at the Christmas party. This is Patton's Fab DK. It's a machine wash and tumble dry, which is actually why I picked it up, because I thought it would be good for preemie hats.
Baby hat.
It's 100 grams. It's 100 grams. It's 100 grams. 274 meters, 300 yards. color number 02327. I haven't looked it up yet even. But with it being machine washable and dryable, I was like, oh, that would be really good for preemie hats. So somebody had brought quite a bit of extra, so after we all like went around, we could all just kind of grab what we wanted. So I was like, oh, that'll be good. That was the Christmas party that took us 12 years to talk about. It was fun. Good food. Yummy. Yeah. You want to talk about the next one?
Sure. We're listening to Cabin Pressure for Advent. It's a Cabin Pressure Advent.
Yeah, so we kind of talked about it last week, but it's continuing. So what episode did we listen to last night?
Limerick.
Limerick. That one was fun.
That would be fun to like do as play.
It would be. Because it's like real time.
Yeah. No scene cuts or anything.
Yeah.
Just keep going. And
it all takes place on the flight deck. I really like that one. That's one of my favorites.
I would be Arthur.
I love that he was trying to learn how to the alphabet thing.
Bag, fag, bag, bag, dag, bad, bag, bag.
Golf.
Golf. Jomeo.
Jomeo. Romeo and Jomeo. But we also listened to this week, what was the one that he hated?
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur.
But I like how a lot of people in the comment section were saying that it was their least favorite. They just said it was the least best.
There you go.
All of them.
There you go. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that we listened to this week that were like really... I can't think of any. What's the one we're listening to today?
Molokai. It's the Christmas episode.
Yay, Christmas!
Bing bong merrily on high. In heaven the phone is ringing.
Oh, yay, we get to sing along.
Get dressed, you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for it is Christmas, 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 Christmas Day. It's Christmas, 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 Christmas Day, Christmas Day,
for it is Christmas, Christmas Day, Christmas Day.
You're keeping going. You're not supposed to do it that long.
I want to keep going. It's so fun. Christmas, 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 Christmas Day.
Okay. No more. No more.
So, what we are trying to say is if they've never listened to Cabin Pressure, they really should because it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can move your arm now. Oh, you have to talk about the next one, too.
Oh, yeah. Jessica Jones has been cast for Marvel's, a.k.a. Jessica Jones, Netflix TV series.
So, who is Jessica Jones? No, I mean, like, really, who is she in the, like, Marvel?
She is a super-powered crime fighter operating out of New York, and I took that from the Wikipedia page.
So who's going to be playing her?
Kristen Ritter.
Which I was like, oh, that name sounds familiar, and then I saw her face in the article. Her face was in the picture.
I saw her face in the article. The words formed to make her face.
Oh my gosh. I saw her picture in the article and I was like, oh, she looks familiar. How do I know her? Because I just know all these people, right? So I went to the handy dandy.
If only there was an IMDb for real life people.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be fabulous?
So who is this guy I saw on the bus this morning? Let's see.
Fabulous. Anyway.
That would be stalkery.
But no, you know how sometimes you meet somebody and then you see them in another setting and you're like, man, I think I know them. They look so familiar, but you can't place who they are because it's in a different setting.
Yeah. Filmography. Woman on bus.
Anyway, so I looked at, what's her name? Kristen Ritter's IMDb and discovered she's from Gilmore Girls. That's how I know her. She's been in a lot of other stuff, but Gilmore Girls. That's how I know her. Anyway, you want to say anything else about Kristen Ritter?
Nope.
Okay. Yarn diet. 1 month. 1 week and 6 days. Because I know I got new yarn this week, but I didn't buy it, so that was part of my caveat. I want to knit that thing from Pom Pom that we reviewed last week. Fairchild. I don't have the yarn.
You can't yet.
I don't have the yarn to knit it.
You must have patience.
It's not like I don't have zillions of other things to knit, but I just really want to knit it. Okay. GGK Crafty Pad.
Yep.
Why don't you tell them what it is?
You take a look at our prompt list for the month.
Mm-hmm.
It's prompts. And you take a picture for that day corresponding to that day's prompt.
Mm-hmm.
Correspondingly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you post it wherever you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
And what are they hashtagged as?
GGK Crafty Pad.
And what's this month's theme?
I thought you were asking me what it stands for.
Oh, what does it stand for?
Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day.
And what's this month's theme?
Winter.
And Christmas. And holidays. And it's getting dark all of a sudden. I could totally tell that the sun is like whoosh going down. So what are we?
The sun is taking his hat off. Hip, hip, hip,
hip.
hooray.
Cabin pressure. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos for the week. We turned on an extra light to compensate for the sun's failure. Sun, you have failed this city. Let's talk about upcoming events, Damaris. What is the first upcoming event?
Every Monday we attend one of our local knitting groups, the Town Mouse Knitting Club.
So if you're in the area, you should come because it's fun. Okay, next up is Edinburgh Yarn Festival, coming March 14th and 15th, which is really not that far away. That's like 3 months from now. That's not that long. We'll be there both days with bells on. No, not bells on. With something knitted on, I'm sure. We'll be in the podcaster lounge at some point, and I'll be co-vending in a booth with Sam of Knit Run Dig Project Bags. So, if you're coming, we'd love to know. Maybe I should start a thread in our group to see who's coming to Edinburgh Yarn Festival so that we can plan to meet up. I think that's a good idea. Remind me to do that.
Okay.
Okay? If I don't do it, somebody start it. It's fine. I'll try to remember, though. The Geeky Puffin Knitpalooza. So this is the retreat that Damaris and I are hosting with Sam of Knit Run Dig. And it's on Thursday, the 29th of October, 2015, through Sunday, the 1st of November. We are a third full at this point. We have sold out of family rooms. We have 1 single room left. And then we have quite a few of the twin rooms that have the 2 single beds in it. And we still have quite a few of the non-residential passes. So, if you're interested, go to the website, geekypuffinknitpalooza.blogspot.co.uk, and you can sign up there. Yeah, that's about all to say about that. We're just working on stuff still behind the scenes. The vendor applications have opened, so if you or someone you know is interested in vending at the market, it'll be open to retreat attendees on that Saturday morning, and in the afternoon it'll be open to the public. Okay, that's all I think about that. Anything else you can think about that?
Nope.
All right, well, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
What are you reading?
Take a guess.
You know, there were several people that posted in the thread this week that they know your pain, and they're right there with you on this book.
Yeah, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain.
Yes.
I'm so close to being done.
Really? Like how close?
I don't remember an exact percentage.
Is it like in the 80s or 90s?
Yeah, 80s.
Well, you are close to being done then. You can make it. You can do it. You can do it, Mare.
I don't like this book.
I understand. Sometimes we have to read things we don't like.
It's going off my Kindle after I finished school stuff I need it for.
That's perfectly fine. But
it will be in the cloud forever.
Yes. But you're going to read something fun.
Yeah.
Over the holidays. Have you decided what yet?
No.
You should look for something, because you should look and see what you want to read so that it can be like an encouragement to you of, oh, I just have 3% more and then I can start on that book that I want to read. You should do that. Okay, what am I reading? I'm still reading The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown, which is my 19th nonfiction book for the year. Yeah, I'm just taking it slow because there's so much good stuff. I want to absorb it. So I'm only reading just a few pages a day because I need time to absorb what she's saying, because it's such a good book. I highly recommend anything she's written, as well as her TED Talks. And then fiction-wise, I'm still rereading the Outlander series, but adding in all the novellas and short stories and extra novels and stuff that happen in the same universe. So, I finished reading The Scottish Prisoner, which was a Lord John novel. And then I read A Plague of Zombies, which was a Lord John short story. And now I just started, actually last night, rereading Drums of Autumn, which is one of the big books in the series, which I've read before. These books are not safe for children. Damaris's not reading them. TV series isn't either. Okay? All right, that's everything that we're reading. All right, so let's talk about the TV. Do you want to start?
Sure. We're rewatching Season 9 of Stargate SG-1 and Season 2 of Stargate Atlantis.
We did not get to watch very much of it this week, though, because we had 48 hours of no internet. We played some games.
Yeah.
And I knit a lot.
And you taunted us with your internet, because yours was still working.
Not the whole time. Part of the time. Yeah, part of the time.
You taunted us.
I wasn't taunting you. But we couldn't. It's the system here is really weird how it's set up. So I had some internet part of the time, but not all the time. But it was really frustrating because I was trying to work on a big work project. So it was really not good. And the Hubs was trying to do a big school thing, and he couldn't do it. But they came, the engineers came, and it's better than when it was before it went out. Rain is hitting the windows really hard. Okay, so yeah. We also are rewatching Season 6 of Gilmore Girls. It's the beginning of the end, because Lorelai now knows that Luke has a daughter and that he hid it from her. And so the wedding has been postponed. And we're watching Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. We're in Season 3. This is a rewatch for me. This is not a rewatch for you. But Lois has her memory back. She's in love with Clark again. She knows all this stuff. It's going to be happiness from here out.
And these doctors are getting fired.
It's not going to be happiness from here out, because I know what happens.
What?
Just wait. What else?
Why can't we have nice things?
I don't know. I'm watching Everwood. I finished Season 1 and I started Season 2. OMG, I cannot believe they killed him. They killed him off. The guy. At the end of Season 1, you didn't know if he was going to live or not. And then you start Season 2, and they do this little thing, and you're like, oh, he made it through. And then you realize that it was just a dream, and he's dead. I cried a lot. And the babysitter is Chuck's sister from the Chuck TV series that we watched.
Okay.
I can't think what her name was, but yeah. I didn't get to watch any of Foyle's War with the Hubs this week, just because of how things went and the internet and all that jazz. Damaris, you want to talk about the next one?
Yes. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
2.9, Ye Who Enter Here.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Mac!
I know.
Mac. My man. Mr. Macaroni.
Do you think he's still going to be alive, though?
I hope so.
He went down the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost him.
Mm-hmm.
And there was all that stuff that... I don't know how to describe it. Can you describe it?
No. But that scene was straight out of comic books, the framing and stuff.
Yeah. So there was a new episode on last night. What was it?
What They Become.
And so we'll watch that tonight.
Also, Fitzsimmons, I need them to be...
Do you think Fitz is ever going to get back to where he was?
I don't know.
I hope so.
I'm not more concerned. I'm concerned about their well-being together. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know, because they don't have the same relationship as they did before that happened, because he's not the same person he was.
I'm concerned about both.
Yeah. We'll watch the new episode tonight. I did see a thing on the Facebook that it was an article that
It was a jaw dropper.
No, that Age of Ultron and S.H.I.E.L.D. were going to have a tie-in. They officially said that there's going to be a tie-in when the movie comes out. Is that May?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go see the movie first and then wait to watch that episode.
We shall see. Anything else you want to say about that?
Mac.
Okay. We're watching season 10 of Bones. I don't remember. I know we're coming up on the 200th episode and it's supposed to be really amazing. I don't know if that's this week or not. It's coming though. You're next.
Elementary 3.6 Terra Periculosa.
Which means you remember?
Badland.
Oh, okay. And
or Bad Earth or something.
Yeah. So what do you want to say about it?
I like the Joan and Kitty interactions.
Still am not a huge fan of
Kitty.
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 I like Joan.
Being judgmental.
What else do you want to say about
Joan
this
needs
episode?
to grow as a character outside of Sherlock, and Sherlock needs to grow as a character outside of Joan.
Kitty brought a bunch of stuff over to Joan for Clyde.
Yeah.
I love that Clyde's being in more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I like Clyde. The turtle, in case you're wondering. Tortoise, in case you're wondering.
Miss Hudson was mentioned.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see her again?
I hope so.
I hope so too. That
I
would be
like
very nice.
her.
It'd be very nice. Okay, and what's the next episode?
I was looking at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3.7 The Adventure of the Nutmeg Concoction.
Ooh, and that's on this week?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, Haven, we watched the season 5 mid-season finale.
They're just trying to make sure we watch it, because William Shatner holds the key.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So William Shatner's going to be
He
in it.
He holds the key.
He holds the key. Now we just have to keep watching because it's like a bad accident. You can't turn away. Do you want to talk about Atlantis Series 2?
Sure. We're watching Series 2 of Atlantis.
What else would you like to say about it other than that I just said that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Telemon is gone now. That's good.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else. Once Upon a Time.
Dead people.
Season 4. Once Upon a Time Season 4. I think maybe that we're getting to the end of the Frozen characters. I think they're going to go back to Arendelle.
Okay.
But
then something else will happen.
It already has started. Rumpelstiltskin, Mr. Gold is...
He's going off the deep end again?
Yes, he's going off the deep end again. No. But he promises that Storybrooke and its residents will be safe, but he can't say that for the rest of the world. Because he is taking his magic and Belle, and he wants to take Henry and leave Storybrooke with his magic intact. I just shook my head through the whole episode. The Hubs loves it, though, so I watch it with him. We watched NCIS LA Season 6 last night. Well, not the whole Season 6, the new episode, you know.
We watched all
of Season 6. And and what's his name? I told you, Hannah. There was a running thing through the whole episode about what Hannah dressed up as for his daughter's birthday party. The theme was Disney. He dressed up as Scully from
Sully.
Sully, sorry.
Not Scully.
Sully from...
He dressed up as Scully from the X-Files.
He dressed up as Sully from Monsters, Inc. But we didn't get to see him. It would have been fun to see him.
And we watched Castle, 7.10, Bad Santa.
And bad things happened.
Why would you tell them?
Castle.
You were very upset.
Castle was let go from being able to work with the police because of his association with the mobsters. Even though he solved the murder. Because he's associated with, because he's friends with the mobsters, he can't work for the police anymore. And he hasn't told Castle yet.
Castle?
Castle
hasn't told Castle? Myself, we need to have a talk.
He hasn't told, what's her name?
Beckett.
He hasn't told Beckett yet. And then there was also the sub-story of Lainey and...
Esposito.
I thought that he was going to propose and they were really going to be engaged and I was going to be all happy and excited. They burst my bubble. They got my hopes up and then burst my bubble. And then, okay, so the next episode's not coming until... Oh, I put it in the other thing. It's not until January...
12th.
I think that's right, January 12th. And we watched a little promo of it and Castle becomes a private detective. And he's racing with the police as to who can solve the case first. Should be interesting. And then finally, we watched a movie, Maris.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We watched The Preacher's Wife. I believe in dreams again. I believe in love that never ends. Like the river finds the sea. I was lost. Now I'm free. 'Cause I believe in you and me. Maybe I'm a fool to feel the way I do. I could be the fool forever just to be with you. Forever. That movie has fabulous 90s music in it. What did you think of The Preacher's Wife other than me singing all the songs?
It was okay.
Yeah. I like it. It's fun. It's a fun Christmas movie with Denzel Washington and... Oh, what's her name? Whitney Houston. Yeah. It's a good one. Okay, I think that's all the TV and movies for this week. Let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our Winter Wonderland cowl and Charity Cowl.
Yes, because they're all together. So this started December the 1st and it runs through the 28th of February, so 3 months total. And it's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to winter. But along with that, we're also doing a charity cowl. So if what you knit or crochet or weave or spin is going to be donated to charity, you get to enter it twice in the giveaways thread, the FO thread. You can donate your charity stuff to wherever you would like to. That is totally fine. If you want to send it to us, we're going to be donating everything to Knit for Peace. And they'll take anything. They are an organization here in the UK that takes the stuff that they receive and gives it to organizations to use. So, you know, preemie hats will go to this. You know, adult hats will go to these organizations, whatever. So they match it all up, which is cool. You can double dip in other cowls. That's totally fine. It can't have been a whip. You need to start it December 1st or later. Yeah. We're not sure about prizes yet. We're working on that. We have a couple of things, possibilities. So we'll let you know that when we know. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything else before we say who's all done things this week? Hashtag GGKWWK. Is there anything else that I haven't said?
I don't think so.
Okay, why don't you tell us who finished projects this week?
Okay. Ange's Hip, Celeste, Eleanor Gamgee, Ellie Jellybean, Fairy Dust 90, Knit Princess 83 times 2, Little Panda 518 times 2, Elle McCall, Medras times 2, Mrs. Neely Johns, Mrs. Neely Johns times 2,
Yes.
Orkin Vander times 2, Ars Island times 2, Saratoga Knitting times 2, and Try Linda.
Great job, y'all. Yay. So keep working on your projects and get them posted. And I'm loving reading about the charities that some of y'all are donating stuff to. So that's really cool. So, all right. Well, I think we'll move on to our next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
Yes. So, why is that funny?
I have no idea.
Okay. So, what is the question this week, Damaris?
This week's question comes from Michelle, who is Zen Knits 130 from Illinois.
And what does she want to know?
She asks, what does CC mean?
I feel like that I should take time and come up with this deep, philosophical, theological answer about what is the meaning of CC. But I don't know. So, what CC really stands for?
What does CC mean? I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool.
No. What it really stands for is... Are you ready? Do you know what it stands for, Damaris?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I
good.
have known since I was like 3.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it comes. CC stands for Christy Cherie. I just don't love my name for lots of other reasons that I'm not going to just talk about, but yeah, there's some connotations and such. So I go by CC and have for probably about 17 years now. Yeah. So, yeah, that's CC. So thank you to Michelle for asking the question. I hope that answered it. I think it did because you said, what does CC mean? And we told you. So, yeah, I think we did good. Yeah. So what should somebody do if they have a question for us, Mare?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
And then we'll answer it, yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment.
Now we have a giveaway.
Are you ready for this? So, my friend Deborah started, I want to say this was about a year, maybe a little more ago. She started this little group on Facebook called Addicted to Sock Knitting. And a friend of mine knew her and she invited me to the group. And this was just a tiny little group of us that loved to knit socks. And then I don't know what happened. The floodgates opened and now there's almost... When I looked today, there's almost 8,600 members in this group. Yeah, it's craziness. So I'm putting a link in the show notes to the group if you would like to try to go join it. That would be grand. There are some pretty strict rules just to keep things with 8,600 people in a group. You have to have some rules. So the group talks about sock stuff only. Sock knitting socks only. If it's not related to knitting socks, it has to go in the off-topic discussion thingies. But then Deborah has kind of done some other things out of this. She has a website called Addicted to Sock Knitting where she sells like Sock of the Month clubs that come with patterns and things like that. But the other thing that she has started out of this is a magazine, and it's an e-magazine, so it comes in a PDF format, and it's really cool. And the first issue just came out last month. So that was the winter 2014 issue, which was the premier issue. It had 7 sock patterns in it and was 97 pages long. I had a little review in it where I reviewed Ginger Twist Studio, which is our local yarn shop. And in the spring 2015 issue, I will be interviewed as a designer for that issue. So that'll be kind of cool. So Deborah has kindly donated a year subscription to the magazine for one of you lucky viewers. So you will get the winter 2014 issue that just came out. Then you will also get the spring, summer, and fall 2015 issues, which is really cool. So what we're going to do is we'll open a thread in the Ravelry group. It's going to go for 2 weeks. So whenever we record the podcast around Christmas, we're not sure exactly what day we're going to record yet that week. Before or after, we'll have to sit down and decide that. But in that episode, we'll close the thread and we'll choose the winner, and then you'll have 30 days to claim your prize. So the question we are going to ask, do you want to ask it or you want me to?
Yeah.
Me? Okay. So the question is, what is your favorite sock to knit? Or if you've never knit a sock, what would you like to try? So you can tell us like what your favorite sock pattern is. If you want to talk about knitting toe up or cuff down. If you want to talk about magic loop, zoom zooms, DPNs, two circulars. If you want to talk about yarn that you'd like to do self-striping, or you like to do stuff that pulls, or you like to do lace socks or textured socks or cables, whatever. We just want to hear about what your favorite kind of sock is to knit, or if you've never knit a sock, what kinds you would like to try. So a big thanks to Deborah for donating this subscription. And if you can't wait to see if you've won, you can go on over to her website and buy the subscription. She sells it individually, and I can't remember how much an individual issue is, but I believe, and if I'm wrong, I'll put it in the show notes, but I believe the year-long subscription is around $25 for the year, which is a really good price. I mean, already in the first issue, you get 7 sock patterns. So, just multiply, dividing that out into the $25, that's only about $3 and some change per pattern, and that's only the first issue. You haven't even talked about the other 3. So that's a really cool thing. So, thank you, Deborah, for the donation, and y'all guys go to the Ravelry group and answer the question, and we'll choose the winner in a couple weeks. Yeah?
Yep.
Do you love sock knitting?
Yes.
Are you addicted to sock knitting?
I don't think so.
But am I addicted to sock knitting?
Yes.
Yes, I am. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
We've come to the end of the show.
And my yarn is trying to run away from me. That is not nice. Yarn should not run away from me. I just want to knit it. Okay, announcement time. Yay! So, our friend Anna from Toil and Trouble Yarns is hosting a fiber retreat in May in New Hampshire. And if you are able to go to that area or live in that area or whatever, you should definitely sign up. It sounds like a lot of fun. Wish I could go. A little bit too far away from me. But, yeah. And I'm a sponsor for that retreat. Just full disclosure there. The Outlander Cal is ongoing that I'm hosting with 3 of the other podcasts in the knitting world. And we'll talk more about it when it gets closer to the return of the second half of season 1. Yeah. We are Amazon affiliates, and because of that, it helps pay for prizes and shipping and badges and all that fun stuff that happens behind the scenes. So if you're in the U.S. and you are about to shop on Amazon, please click through a link on our site, and then Amazon will give us a little bit back for what you spent. It doesn't cost you any extra at all. So big thank you to those who have done that. There was a rather big purchase earlier today, or yesterday or something. So yay, that helps. Every little penny helps, yeah. Okay, is that everything?
Yep.
Wow. Wowzers. Okay, yeah, you. It's your turn.
Okay.
Okay, I forgot.
Tell them where you find us online.
Damaris, why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
I think about that.
Or are they going to tell us where we can find them online?
What?
Where can we find you?
What? That's not the right thing. You can find us at geekygirlsnet.blogspot.com or .co.uk or whatever ending you want to put on it. There you will find links to everywhere else we're online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes. Fitbit.
Yep.
We're both on Fitbit now. Yeah. So that's everything, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Well, we hope that December is a great month for y'all. I know things can be hectic with all the holiday stuff going on, so make sure and take some time to get a few stitches of knitting in. Because if it's for you like it is for me, it is a very soothing and calming thing, usually, unless I'm having a problem with a project. So take some time to get a little bit of knitting in to help you through these hectic days of December. And with that, we will tell you goodbye, happy knitting, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.